has been the greatest healing agent. It has opened me when I might otherwise think that closing or the old habit of shutting down or is just as good. These aren't always thoughts, of course. Sometimes they're simply automatic. I think most often. And so what over the years, what has turned out to be true, and it has been said to me often, and I have not believed it, probably until the last 6 or 7 years, that without mindfulness, without compassion and the unity of both, there can really be no complete practice. I have not always understood that. I have not always believed that. But I have some evidence, I think, now that it is in fact 100% true. So I can't think of a better thing to do than practice mindful self-compassion. So that's what we're going to do this evening. I thought we'd just take a look at this for a moment, only because as people are thinking about the phrases, and the phrases actually, it turns out, are somewhat important, because in those moments of reactivity, in the moments of autopilot, in the moments of the same old, going the same old way, if you don't have a sharpened knife available, you will not be able to cut through the delusion of the habit. And so what I like about repeating phrases is that eventually they stick. And instead of just, oh shit, coming out of your mouth, something that you might say is, oh, poor dear you. Oh, that's all right. Oh, it's okay. But I don't think they happen easily. They certainly don't happen automatically in a moment of reactivity without the practice and the repetition. So we're going to look at some before we start, just so you have some idea about them. This is the self-compassion break. Kristin Neff and Chris Germer have written a book. In fact, I have my copy. I thought I'd share it with you only because a lot of people have enjoyed this book, the Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook. It's got a lot of exercises and inquiries and fill in the blank, a lot of really cool stuff. I actually really like the book. I don't like workbooks typically, but I actually have to say I really enjoyed that one. And so I'd highly recommend it to you. And this is something that's actually one of the identified practices. So let's just look at it here for a moment instead of our poem or prayer for this evening. When you notice that you're feeling stress or emotional discomfort, suffering, angst, distress of some kind, see if you can find the discomfort in your body. We're going to do that. Where do you feel it most? We're going to do that too. Make contact with the sensations as they arise. Now say to yourself slowly, this is the part I wanted you to see. This is a moment of suffering, difficulty. This hurts. Ouch. This is hard. Just acknowledging and recognizing this as a difficult, stressful, painful moment. We're doing our Real Change right now, a book with Sharon Salzberg, and she has a saying we've been investigating this week, some things just hurt. And I think it'd be okay to say this just hurts as an authenticating statement. This is the beginning of moving something from the swarm of the habit-natured mind right up into access to this more boundless, more open, more vast, more whole. And we know it by the neuroscience mind that can even hold this. this thing that hurts, this thing that hurts badly, this thing that's terrifying or scary or life-threatening even, right? Whatever it is, whatever the characteristics of the tiger, we do have the capacity to hold it all, especially with our practice. The second statement is one of acknowledging our shared or common humanity. It's a way of growing larger, that sense that this is not just me, this is not just mine, this is not just because I'm failed, I'm unworthy, I didn't do it right, I'm not as good as others, I just have bad luck. Self-pity, it corrects the self-pity habit of why me? How does this stuff keep happening to me? By making larger the mind heart space. And to do that, I always use the phrase from Pema Chodron, others just like me feel this too. That's just one option. It doesn't work for everyone. I'm not alone in this. This is not just my suffering. Others know this too. This is a part of the human condition. This is a part of being human. This is a part of having a human life. This is a part of the deal, one might say, is that I'm going to get the opportunity to feel it all. On the path to wisdom and compassion, it's true. So you can pick something in that realm. Let's just see what happens as we get to that part. But just know that it's phrases like that. You get the sense. There's struggle. Life can sometimes be difficult. All this would be workable. Being gentle would be essential. And then the third element of self-compassion training is first, mindfulness, recognizing, B, a common or shared human reality, that we recollect that it's not just us because we're unworthy or failed, but because this is just a part of being human, like all humans. And then the third part is offering some form of kindness, some form of nourishment, nurturing, some compassionate action. Now we know that compassion is first seeing the truth of suffering. That's the mindfulness part. Connecting with it as if we could exchange self for other, no longer different, distinct, or separate, right? This is what we understand about empathy and then compassion in particular. And then making an offer. I think this is the most important part. By the way, it's the one I think I've probably struggled with the most for myself. I've gone like, well, yeah, I know now. Yes, it is true that not just me. And then I can tend to write it off as like, now you should get over it. This is not helpful. It's spiritual bypassing at the largest extent. Really stick around, stay with yourself, move closer, see if we can't draw in and make the real offering. I'm going to give you a bunch of possibilities for how you can do that, as I always do. But we'll begin with our own hands in contact with our own beautiful, available, present bodies. Okay, I think that's enough. I just wanted you to know that there are some other ways to say this because I know people struggle, like I can't find the words. And the repetition, as it turns out, in the neuroscience is something you will default to in a moment of distress. So we want to have that available to you. Make it real, make it practical, something you actually will repeat for yourself, and that it's true, you believe it. Sometimes they say act as if, and that also can be workable, but see if you can't find something that actually you can join. May I forgive myself, may I be strong, may I be healthy in a moment of dis-ease. Okay, so there's that. That's all I wanted to show you. Let's practice, see how it goes. So finding a comfortable posture. And for a lot of you, I think lying is just right, especially at this time of the evening. I'm going to do just a minute of stretching. just to open things up a little bit. Make sure that heart space is kind of open here. That would be helpful. See if you can get access to it, because we're going to be placing our hands. Okay. I'm ready. How about you? Okay. Let me see who's here. Annika, I get to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Allie, how lovely to see your name there. I'm sure you're back there somewhere. And Joyce and Lisa. Hi there, Allie. Glad you made it back safely. Back here. Wonderful. Good to see your face. We're going to get together, Allie and I. We're not going to let COVID get in our way. There's a way to do it. And Denise, wonderful to see you also. Denise and Kathy from our current class. Annika, good to see you too. So to turn off your video, you don't need that, and it actually is slightly distressing to the bandwidth part. Find your place. And we begin all self-compassion practice with mindfulness, just as we do in every practice. Without our attention, we cannot direct that attention even towards the good and open heart. And so we begin just by gathering the attention, finding the breath in the body. We're not trying to zero in on the breath. Don't worry about that. Just the sense of the breath moving in and out of the body is fine. And then touch in for just a second, making contacts. Feel the feet. Mine are in a little set of slippers, so they feel a little extra soft and warm. It's actually quite delicious. And then moving up, feeling into the bend of the legs, however you have them positioned or extended if you're resting. Feel into the legs. Be watchful of the mind that rushes forward, going up or out or somewhere else, and just invite it back here to the legs. We've got nowhere to go. Nowhere better than these legs. Breathing into the legs, and then beyond the skin surface, really into the leg, all the way down into the bone and the marrow, just to see how you are. And then moving up the body with an in-breath, drawing the attention up into the hips. And this is where I really start to appreciate the hips. Really just letting them splay, let them be exposed in contact, full contact with the seat, the bed, the chair, the cushion. Really settling in, dropping these hips and the weight of the upper body. Settling the mind there. Women spend so much time avoiding their hips. What are we doing? Center seat, this beautiful apparatus for reproduction, birthing, elimination, for sexual enjoyment. We spend most of our time running the other way. See if we can't settle in letting it be. And then breathing from the base of the spine up the back. Taking your time, enjoying, finding where there's points for connection, for contact, for release. Continuing up the back, up into the neck, the back of the head, and then up and out the top of the head. This is mindfulness practice, awareness of this body as this body, present moment exactly as it is. And then we're going to come back into the body, breathing now down with an out breath, drawing into the front of the body, into the top of the head, the forehead. Really seeing if you can sense how you are by making contact with these points, the cheeks, the eyes. Noticing where the tension is, where the slight holding or grip. See if you can begin to soften. Not to deny or push away, but we don't have to hold it to us. Just feel into the whole face. See if you can let that beautiful face radiate. Radiating goodness, love, kindness, compassion, calm, equanimity, patience, abiding, whatever's needed here. Breathing into the face, seeing how you are. And then down into the throat. Into the weight of the shoulders and the arms. The energy in the hands. And then back up to the shoulders and then down into the chest, breasts, lungs, this boundless human heart. Softening around that heart, dissolving any sense of barrier, separation, or disconnect, of armoring, dropping the weapons. And then coming into the breathscape, seeing where this sense of vitality, aliveness, presence is most available to you. And seeing if you can begin to rest the mind there. Might be in the whole scape from sternum to hip bones. That's just fine. But breathing around that space for a moment, feeling what radiates most. And dwelling, residing, taking refuge there. My heart space is just very active. I did this practice a little bit earlier with another group from the Soul of Yoga, and it's still very vibrant. You might notice the belly. Maybe there's hunger. Maybe the tension of the day is resolved somewhere here within this breathscape. Make contact. Create space and room. Let it be. And we're going to begin by using that very dominant, the most prevalent point in the breathscape as our portal, created especially for you. We're going to enter in, breathe right in. Simply to let it be known, to stay in contact. We're not fighting with what is, we're going to use it as an essential part of the path. What we can also do here is simply take a hand, one or two, remember where the hands go, so goes attention, and place it lovingly, gently, kindly, with friendliness in that part of the body. I'm just going to place these hands, both of them, around this heart space. Earlier, I had one here and then one just beneath, kind of holding the diaphragm and my lower heart. My heart was a little bit heavy. It's not feeling that way now, so I've just got both hands over this heart, this moment, which is feeling tender, loving. There's no right way to feel, so don't try to cultivate that. It's to make contact with whatever is here. We're not trying to make it be some other way. We touch into the body and touch into the heart space, letting it be as so that we can know something about how we really are. Remember, you can use the whole breathscape. Maybe something feels more vital, more active in the area of the abdomen. And then we're just going to breathe in and out of this area of the body, staying in contact, becoming friendly. This is already a radical act of love and kindness. We don't stick around for too much. Be watchful of the habit to believe that something else should be happening. This is a critical error in this practice. Like, we're not supposed to be making it happen. We're dropping in and then listening deeply to what's here. And it always begins, almost always, as a very low level grr or murmur or ache, often, unless we're really in a high pitch, escalated distress. We don't need the cymbal clang in order to be present to ourselves. Can we stay with the ordinary, with the whisper? Notice particular sensations coming and going, like dots of light in a dark sky, an ache, a twinge, a grip, an itch, a pressure. Let it come, let it be. Create space and room. Let it change. See if we can remember the tenderness, the sweetness, the goodness, the open-heartedness that is right here beneath whatever surface, whatever armor. It takes some moments to dissolve the old habits. To see what's really here. And this heart breath, this very staying, being in contact, this might be enough for some of you, depending on how tired you are. Just breathing in the knowing, the abiding, the willingness to be present. Let it be breathable. Let it communicate. Let it be true. And as you're breathing into this heart space, what we're going to do is let the heart tell you what aches, what's up, what's pain. Rather than construct an event today, which is very usually easy to do, but mostly conscious, we're going to see if we can't let the body speak, just residing here in the heart space. Seeing if anything bubbles up. One of the things that has just come up for me as an example only is I've really just felt the boy, you don't do this enough. It wasn't a criticism, actually, it was wow, we should be hanging out here every day in the same way. And then let a moment of friction, difficulty just come to the surface. Don't go seeking one, just see what comes, if anything does. And if it doesn't, it's no problem. Might not even be an interaction. It might just be a state of the heart. Sometimes just lonely, not like a lonely event, but the loneliness there, the fear, the worry, the stress, sometimes a disappointment, sometimes a concern. Sometimes a fear. See if that bubbles up for you. Now remember, we're not constructing a storyline about this. We're just going to begin, as the phrases suggest, with mindfulness, acknowledging, recognizing this as a moment of distress or challenge or worry, whatever you want to call that. Upset may not even be quite that big. Just acknowledging this. Here it is, arising in the way it is, maybe in little mosaic moments. Maybe nothing but interesting sensations. And I love sensation because I think it never lies, just tells what's there. We don't have to interpret that. This isn't a psychology course. We don't have to understand it. We don't have to write a dissertation about it. We can just be with it. Let that be enough. Whatever is here is here. Now, remember the other phrases or repetitions we can offer, and they include things like this hurts, some things just hurt, ouch. This is hard. And then from this contact, from this recognition, we're already self-liberating this experience because now we're holding it in our attention, we're holding it in awareness. And now we're going to hold it in even a larger frame, now acknowledging that this, whatever it is, what these sensations are, what these thoughts are, what these feelings are, if we're available to any of that, this is a part of being human. Breathing in. Others just like me know this, feel this too. And as we breathe in, we see if we can create a little bigger space in which to hold it, not so contracted, not quite so claustrophobic, not quite so me, mine. We're opening, giving it a little air, throwing some windows open on this. This is a part of being human. It's here to inform. Feel around it. See if you can create a little softer space in which it sits, a kind of soft cradle in which you can feel the subtle or not so subtle sensations there. Others just like me feel this too. Staying in contact using the medium of the breath. Seeing if you can pick up qualities or characteristics. I notice that it starts to kind of ache through, and I've probably got some nice habit calluses there that just blunt it. And no judging, no harshness there. Just interesting, like, nope. I'm not trying to push anything through. I'm just noticing. Staying with attention in contact. And then I like to ask the question, what is this sensation, this lack of sensations, this cluster of experience in the body? What is it trying to tell me? And the question's more important than finding an answer. You might just keep inquiring, listening a little more deeply, getting whatever demands, expectations, agenda out of the way. Remember that the breath is breathing this too. You can check in on the breath sensations as well. The body often whispers first before it shouts, unless it gets quite dysregulated or disconnected. So you may just choose now to make a little more contact. I'm just feeling little tight spots and just touching into them. Stephen Levine had some beautiful work right in this part of the body, just touching in gently, feeling for the tenderness. Being gentle. This is not a probe. This is also a healing touch. What is this body, these sensations, maybe these thoughts, and now these emotions, if any, what are they trying to tell me? And then that third step in the self-compassion break, and the fourth step in the reign of self-compassion is to offer some response, to offer some nourishment, to offer care, kindness, compassion. And this is where the phrases can come in particularly helpful. in addition to physical touch or gentle massage. It can be a genuine offer. We can also offer phrases. May I be free from this numbness. May I cultivate courage, strength, and patience without being judgmental or unkind. May I let this reveal itself in its own time. Creating loving space and room for it simply to be as it is. See what your most boundless, most loving, most unconditional heart can offer at this time. What would you offer a newborn baby? What would you offer a best friend? What would you offer your most beloved pet, partner? What are the most loving, kind, and compassionate words you can think of? If they're coming up, make the offer. May you be healed. See if anything real, anything tangible comes to mind. And of course, in the Tibetan tradition, where this is also frequently done, you can make the offering of actual goods, material. You can offer foods, you can offer a material clothing or warmth, warm blanket, warm cup of tea, and it's also beautiful offering. And if that comes up like that, that's lovely. Just offer a cup of tea. See how it comes for you. See what this boundless, vast, open, awakened heart mind, see what its response is. And it might simply be in the holding. Nothing special, nothing particular, just holding it close. This is beautiful and actually quite adequate. May I be happy. May I remember that I am deserving of my own love and attention. May I have ease and well-being. May I be free from any unnecessary affliction, judgments, condemnations, criticism, lack of mercy or forgiveness. May I be free of those things so that I can just feel into what is here. And then, as a final act of nourishment this evening, we're going to imagine that a most loving being, deity, pet, person, amalgam of persons, all the persons, bring them all in. Let their love, let their unconditional friendliness, let it wash over you. Feel its wave, its warmth. Feel the release as we are held, not only by ourselves, but by all those others who have loved us, who have cared for us. Throughout all time. And let this group make an offering as well. Picturing them shining that love, that compassion down on you. You simply are the receiver of that love. Drink it in, let it soak directly into your own deepest, most tender heart. Feel these blessings being showered down on you from these loving beings. May you be happy. May you be free from all afflictions. May you have ease and well-being. May you remember that you too are deserving of love, care, compassion. Continue to allow it to move into you, then into the heart space. And if it does, let it overflow. It might just fill that heart space up. That's beautiful. Might overflow and then begin to radiate throughout the heart space and into the whole body. See how it goes. And then opening the heart space wider still, beyond ourselves, beyond those who love us, who care for us, who are here for us, past, present, and future, to include then all beings. May we all be happy. May we be free of all afflictions. May we have ease and well-being. May we remember that we are each in our own Buddha nature, deserving of love, attention, and care. And then see where the breath takes you. If it stays within the heart space, breathe there. If it opens to include the whole body, See about that. If it opens to include all space, moving in all directions, let the heart move as it will. As we rest in this boundless heart of love and compassion, breathing it in and out. Staying in touch, staying in contact with our own tender hearts. Until you hear the sound of the bell. Finding the easeful breath, the breath of bodhicitta, the Buddha breath. The breath of Kuan Yin, of Mother Teresa, maybe of your own mother who has loved you. And may this practice this evening contribute to the end of suffering. In the realization of true joy, true happiness, true freedom. This is a very good day. Let this day be done. Thank you so much for being here with me. I can't think of a better thing to do on a Monday than be here with you. If there are any questions, feel free to chat or come on. If you're just saying hello, please do. You're so welcome. Anything? We have a few minutes before we officially sign off. I hope everyone is well. If you have a question, make sure you ask. I just want to make sure people understand the benefits and the purpose of the practice, and it's true motivation. It's true motivation for the practice. That's so important that we not get confused about trying to feel some special or other ways. I think where we often get hung up in the practice is trying to force something that's just not necessary. Uh, Love, compassion, and friendliness come in infinite forms. So be watchful of this. Well, I didn't get that. I was looking for this. It's just not actually the practice. Can we be with what we have where we are, like this? This is true compassionate presence. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Wonderful to be here together. Tomorrow morning at 7, we'll be reviewing our book club. Thursday with Greg at 7 and 7:30 with me on Saturday. Same number, Zoom meeting. We'll be talking about the 3 pillars of awakening and how we're cultivating them, what we need to be doing to grow that capacity in us. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Lisa, I think I see a beautiful set of flowers there behind you. I don't know if that's a just a background, but it's lovely.
Background. It's a preview of spring.
Very cool. Oh, that's just lovely. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful. All right, everyone. May you be well, everyone, and have a restful evening. That's where I'm going. Straight to bed. Well, maybe a little reading, but not so much. More just cuddling in. I'm looking forward to that. I hope that you have a restful rest of your evening also. Everyone, thanks again. I'll see you guys soon. And yes, gentleness is a really good thing to try for. Thank you, Annika. I'm trying for that too. This is the work. Can we be a little gentle? What a great start. Even if we don't have a clue what compassion means, I don't know. The gentleness is really the right direction. So good. I hope that that sounds to me like just the right place to begin. All right, everyone, be well. Love to you all. Mwah. Have a good night.